trades or investments, as I am not a financial advisor. Any and all content provided by me contains my own speculative opinion on the market. As such, this content should not be used to make trading or investment decisions. The market is extremely volatile, and the decisions you make should be based on your own due diligence. If you should make a trade or investment decision based off the speculative content that we provide, this disclaimer legally relinquishes me from any and all responsibility. Past market performance is not indicative of future market results. Trading in any market is extremely risky, and you should conduct your own research and analysis prior to making any investment or trading decisions. Well, everybody, welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day! It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, my dude. Welcome. I do believe today's live stream will be on a little bit of a shorter side. Again, we're just we're not getting that much feedback, if that makes any sense. Having a little bit of frustration with trading with the channel. That's natural. That's to come. But you know, like any trader, you know, learning to be a professional trader, you have to remember to stay in the positive mindset. You have to stay relaxed. You have to stay focused, and you cannot let emotions get in the way of your decisions. But you know, shit happens. And it's a little bit of frustration today as far as trading is concerned. I did take a little bit of a loss. It happens. But it is what it is. We only have 3 requests today for the channel, so I do believe that today's stream is going to be a little bit on the shorter side. I'll try to make it detailed. I do want to let everybody know that my chart setup is going to be different. I do believe from now on. I want to start using order blocks to make major decisions from now on. So while there will still be a lot of support and resistance, you know, obviously there's not going to be much as far as what I'm trading on Bitcoin. Obviously, I'm going to use horizontal support and resistance on other assets that I don't particularly trade that much, ones that I just follow to get a general feel of the overall market. However, when it comes to the assets that I am particularly trading, you're going to see a lot of order blocks, and order blocks are just an advancement of horizontal support and resistance strategy. Obviously, you know, they still act as horizontal support and resistance. However, they better identify consolidation periods for me, and it basically tells me not to trade. I don't like playing consolidation. Clearly and obvious. I tried to play it today and it did not go out. It did not play out in my favor. And, I took a little bit of a hit as a result. So, I tend to stay away from things that I'm not fucking good at. And I'm not good at playing ranges. What I am good at, though, is, is playing major breakouts and major breakdowns. And having these red boxes, these order blocks, allow me to identify, key areas that basically tell me, hey, get ready. You could be entering a position sooner rather than later, yada, yada, yada. And they still act as support and resistance for me. So kind of a little bit of feng shui in my method going on right now. I'm just trying out a bunch of different things while I continue to learn. And I do want to remind everybody that's in the channel, I am by no means a professional trader. Anything that comes out of my mouth at any given time during any of my streams could be flat out fucking wrong. I want to remind everybody that just for the sake of educational purposes and transparency purposes, right? I'm still working a day job. I'm not doing this at home. Well, while I'm doing it at home, mostly full time after work, I'm not doing it for a living. I'm not making consistent enough money off of trading to be basically living off of it. So I do want to remind everybody that I'm still in training. I'm still going through my own technical analysis program that I purchased. I'm still, basically dissecting that piece by piece by piece, and hopefully, as I progress in my trading career, you'll notice me getting better and better and better along the way, making better decisions, and staying more technically sound. Again, anything that comes out of my mouth could be wrong. It could be wrong. I'm just trying to practice what I know and practice what I am learning, and trying to put that into full effect. So, maybe that's one of the reasons why we can't really get that much traction right now as far as participation and more followers and things like that. Keep in mind, I'm still a tadpole. I'm still a tadpole. Yeah, I've been doing this for 4 years. I'm a much slower learner. That much I do know about myself. It takes me a lot longer to learn something than, say the average person. So, 4 years deep, and I'm still running into troubles. I'm still running into trading troubles. I'm still running into issues that I have to iron out. I'm still running into issues with my trading plan, my trading journal, technicals, and finding out which signals I should take and which ones I shouldn't take. I'm still kind of learning that stuff. So please bear with me. Again, I'm learning. That's why I created this channel. I created this channel to journal my own thought process, journal my own technical analysis, and then return to that journaling and reevaluate and reassess different decisions that I'm making, and assess my psychological standpoint, so on and so forth. So while there is a little bit of frustration, again, keep in mind this is again educational and entertainment purposes only. You want to laugh at me? Fine, that's fine. I have no problem with that. You want to roast me? Fine, I have no problem with that. Just know that you're roasting someone that doesn't have 15, 20, 30 freaking years of experience in the stock market. You're roasting a tadpole. So while I do accept the roast, bring it on. I would rather people come into the comment section and try to educate, because again, any kind of players in the stock market that have a vast experience that happen to join the channel, I'm going to be looking for their comments to learn. So that's pretty much it. That's kind of the introduction. I do want to go ahead, and we'll start with NASDAQ here, continuing to pull back a little bit again after achieving new all-time highs. 2 days ago. Again, anytime I see all-time highs, I'm going to be expecting a little bit of a pullback. Although this pullback looks not strong. It's not that heavy of a pullback. So again, I'm still looking for continuation. I am still looking for continuation. Stochastics still coiling deep inside the bullish critical zone here. I do like that signal. RSI, back testing the bottom side of that bullish control zone. I do like that signal here. Looking like it's going a little flat line on the bottom here. That would correlate pretty well with an extension further to the upside. Now we do have a little bit of a resistance. That much is confirmed. I'm going to go ahead and mark that down here. Again, I am going to be using horizontals on charts that I use to look for the flow of the overall market. And while it has worked in the past for me quite significantly, I'm just trying to adjust a couple of my strategies and find something that works a little better. But for now, meeting a little bit of a resistance level here, not on any particular Fibonacci extension level. Again, just a little bit of a pullback as a result of just some explosive stair-step bullish action over the past few weeks. It looks like two or 3 weeks, and yeah, pullbacks are expected. I am going to be looking for pullbacks now. Since we have the resistance, I'm going to underlie some conditions that I'm looking for. Any candle closure back above the all-time high, 14,580. I'm going to be looking for extension continuation towards that 2.272 Fibonacci zone, right around 15,080 bucks. And quite the opposite, if we see a closure below the prior breakout point here at 14,475, I'm going to be looking for a pullback all the way down to this support level here at 14,330, give or take a few bucks. Again, as a pullback to base a higher low would not be out of the question. The last low that we saw print on NASDAQ here was on the 15th of June, and we've been going onwards and upwards pretty much ever since. So coming back, seeing a little bit of a cool off, seeing that pullback action, base a higher low is definitely a potential. Anything lower than this, though, we're going to be looking at a little bit more of a concern from my perspective, as a pullback to the ES1 would be expected. However, I'm not within that mind frame yet. Price action's too far away from that point to really judge. I'm going off of current price action and the overall structure as a whole. So bullish, I'm fucking bullish. Bullish until proven otherwise. We'll move on to SPY futures here. Continuation, new all-time highs. Look at that. Again, I was really looking at RSI with a little shade of concern. We do have confirmed new highs on the RSI, so the argument for bearish divergence is off the table officially for this one, and as a result, I'm going to be looking for more continuation. Let's see. I would say a little bit more closer to the 1414 will be enough for me to confirm that as a target met. I do want to see a little bit further price action to the upside before I say yeah, it's close enough. It's close enough. But one spot 414 Fibonacci zone at $4,300 is still the target for now. Stochastics deep in the critical zone. Again, we can start seeing that coiling action that Nasdaq has on the stochastics here. We can start seeing that play out a little bit for SPY futures. Definitely in a bullish posturing. Again, still a little bit of concern as far as an RSI perspective is concerned, but the divergence, there's the whole divergence thing is off the table. That is technically a new higher high printed on the RSI, which throws bearish divergence off the table and leads me to believe that there's going to be further continuation to the upside. Again, the momentum, while it's not the strongest in the world, in my opinion, it has produced enough momentum to force that exponential to a positive slope. I'm going to be looking for more positive price action until proven otherwise. Conditions for the latter, I don't quite have any resistance quite yet. We obviously seen a little bit of a spinning top, that's is that a little bit of a spinning top. I would consider that a spinning top. Which is indicative of a potential reversal in this asset here. Again, direction is not implied when I say reversal. Direction could be up or down. Reversal is a bilateral term, meaning it could go in any direction. So a little bit of a pullback to this support wouldn't be out of the question. Any candle closure below 42.80, I'll be looking for a pullback to the prior high here, right around the red 10 simple. 42.50. We'll just call it 42.50, give or take a few bucks, would be the target to the downside. Obviously, a move down to this region would signal a top call here, but this is our last low here, and anything that closes above this and continues on as a higher low structure. So long as it's above this, it will be a higher low structure. So bullish. I'm fucking bullish on this, man. I have no reason not to be. Dow Jones continuation to the upside, actually breaking through blue box territory here. Continuation. I'm going to be looking for continuation as a result, all the way up to the prior all-time high resistance, in confluence with a clear break of that midpoint here, back into the bullish control zone here for the stochastics. Again, that 4-point uptrend, very, very, very valid, very, very, very strong. Still holds very true, and I'm just looking for continuation. RSI. Bearish divergence averted. Apparently, we didn't see that much play off that bearish divergence call. Obviously, it's only the first drive in this formation. It's not to say we couldn't see further drives in this formation, but continuing to new all-time highs would be very nice to see here. But if we see any kind of new high printing with lower high on the RSI, I'm going to be looking for bearish divergence to start playing out potentially. A little hindsight trading. That's not it's kind of not what I'm looking for. But again, I'm looking for continuation. We have a clear break of this region right here. A little bit of a pullback wouldn't be out of the question to test and confirm the 34,440 region as support before fully launching off. But overall, continuation is what I'm looking for. Let's go ahead and move on. Look at Dixie here. Continuation. Look at that. That TA shit actually fucking works sometimes. Wow. While I am finding success in specific assets that I'm not trading, obviously I don't trade the U.S. dollar index, but it holds a lot of weight as far as analysis for Bitcoin and things like that are concerned in traditional stock markets. The TA seeming to work here. We actually saw a nice little breakout, printing a new high and continuation as a result in today's candle closure or candle open. I'm going to be looking for extension all the way to the blue 377 moving average here at 92.76 and potentially a little further up to this resistance here at 92.93. Now we get to start talking about the potential to see a long-term reversal here. Again, this is the level that I was looking at as far as a structural high is concerned. I get it. We have we had this little bit of an uptrend. We technically have a higher low structure. That doesn't mean shit to me as far as structural highs are concerned. Why? It's a fucking downtrend. It's a downtrend as a downtrend as a downtrend until I'm convinced otherwise. And what would convince me otherwise is printing a new structural high. Any closure above 93 spot to 25 will convince me that this is going to reverse long term here, especially if we get a close above that and a continuation drive as a result to new highs and new highs and new highs, while all these moving averages start curling back up and all those moving averages start trading, all the lower periods start trading above the higher periods and so on and so forth. But for now, RSI RSI breaking back into the bullish control zone. I've been looking for that for a couple days now. That much is confirmed. The exponential is a little more positive as a result. Stochastics breaching fully and confirmed into the critical zone here. Not a bad signal. You know, this to me is just a continuation, a bullish continuation signal, and that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for as a result. Pull back to the red 10 simple at any given point would not be out of the question. So long as we're not printing new lows below 91 spot 68, I'm going to be looking for more bullish momentum on this one here, and that's kind of where I'm going to leave Dixie. Again, I do realize that today's stream is going to be a little bit shorter, but it is what it is. You know, we don't have that many requests, but now we're going to go to the frustration, my frustration. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my mistakes made today. Right? It's all about transparency. It's all about transparency. That's how I learn. I have to be honest. I have to tell myself the truth. I fucked up, right? So the mistake I made was not buying the confirmation of support. So I actually saw this candle close above this region here, which to me was a little bit of a breakout call above this formation here. And, you know, it was a little bit lower when I bought, but I bought. And I put my stop loss, you know, 2% just below the wick low of this candle here. And I was like, yep, we're going to come back. We're going to pull back. We're going to test support. And we're going to see a continuation drive to pull in to that green 55 purple 200 death cross, and boy was I wrong. I'm not saying that the continuation drive isn't still a possibility. It's obviously still a possibility, as we're still in the context of potentially seeing a higher low print for this asset. However, I didn't wait for confirmation, and you know, that's kind of rule number fucking one when trading horizontal support and resistance and order blocks. You gotta wait for confirmation. I made a mistake. You know, and it wasn't a big loss. I didn't lose a shit ton of money, but I just hate losing. You know, I hate taking L's, and when I take L's, it makes me wonder. It makes me think, why? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And I learned a lesson today. I didn't wait for a confirmation of this support being tested. We obviously got that confirmation, but you know, it was too early for me to really enter a position, and I shouldn't have entered a position. This is clearly more consolidation, and I fucking hate trading consolidation. You know, closing above that yellow 21, I was wanting to see price action go ahead and pull into this, you know, death cross here right around 39,300. That's still very much a possibility. That's not out of the question. However, this is still consolidation. Consolidation is consolidation, and I fucking hate consolidation. I hate trading consolidation with a burning passion. I know I got to learn it at some point. I know I have to get good at that at some point, but for now, I fucking hate it. I hate trading consolidation. It's just, I hate it. I hate it. It's not reliable for me. It frustrates me too much. I would rather see order blocks broken, and you know, that's kind of what I thought I saw. Not the case. Not the case. Took a little bit of a loss. It is what it is. So what are we seeing on Bitcoin? Obviously a little bit of a pullback after printing a new high. Small change of behavior. Technically printing, well, this isn't a new high yet. This isn't confirmed as a top, but definitely printing new highs above this high right here. Again, it's like a micro change of behavior in my opinion. But the overall context for Bitcoin right now is still fucking consolidation. And the major level that I'm still looking at here is right here. And I wanted to bring up this indicator here today, kind of as a little like another lesson learned from my perspective. I'm going to bring up the VPVR right here, the volume profile, VPVR, boom. And, you know, there's going to be some confusion on this, but the main thing that I'm looking at here is the point of control. And right here, you're looking at high value volume nodes, right? You know, this is just basically volume, you know, but sideways. And it gives you a tell on where the most volume for trading has been traded, and right along this region here is basically the highest value node for Bitcoin right now. And boom, look at that! We saw that pump up above this resistance level here, and technically you could consider the point of control as support or resistance, and we see it acting as resistance right now, forcing price action back to the downside. What does that mean? A little bit of a pullback, obviously. You know, we are putting a little pressure on that point of control. That much is evident, but you know, I'm still sticking with the same conditions. Any kind of daily candle closure below 31,500, I'm going to be looking for a much greater pullback long term to this point of control right here. which is right around 18,900 bucks. Again, that's long term. Obviously, I would go level by level and hit targets. And the first kind of target that I would actually be targeting here to the downside is something like 24,000. Now, obviously, this region here, again, these targets are soft targets to the downside. If this decides to break, soft. Why? There isn't shit for dick as far as price action history is concerned at any of these levels to the downside. So it is technically possible to just see it go boom all the way through, shooting all the way back down, completely shitting on this entire structure. We don't get really much price history until this region, 20,000. 20,000. Yeah, I'd say right here, this region here has the most price history because we can go back in time on a different chart. Obviously, I'm using Femex's chart, but on a different chart, you got the past price history for Bitcoin in the $19,000 to $20,000 run for Bitcoin, yada yada yada. That stuff is still very, very valid as far as history is concerned. We do have a lot of volume within that region. But as far as the $22,000 region is concerned, here's the amount of time that Bitcoin has ever been at $22,000. There you go. That's not that much history, right? So it could very easily completely just crush this level right here to the downside, especially if that freaking death cross proves to be valid here. But for now, again, I'm not trying to get too technically deep into the VPVR, but for now, I brought up the VPVR to show that the point of control right now is right at this resistance level at 36,171.5, give or take, or in 36,100. Something like that. But it is showing resistance here. The point of control is definitely forcing price action to the downside. Obviously, the momentum isn't that strong. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Get my moving averages back on. Didn't I just turn you off? Okay. For now, I'm still looking for consolidation. It's the same conditions. I'm waiting for a breakout or a breakdown. I think I'm done playing consolidation because every single time I play consolidation, I fucking lose. So I'm waiting for a breakout or a breakdown. So the only level that I really give a flying shit about is this one right here at 31,400. Any other level to the downside, yeah, obviously this one's relevant, but if this region breaks here, 34,580, I'm just going to be looking for consolidation, continuation as a result. Just re-entering this little bit of an order block, not really proving to be a breakout here, is what it is. Take it with a grain of salt, learn from your mistakes, move on, and that much I have accomplished, the whole moving on part. So it's just time to reevaluate my standpoint here, my situation, and try to come up with the next best game plan. And the next best game plan is to look for a major breakout to the upside or a major breakout to the downside. To the upside, this is the only level I care about. 39,345 or 39,400. We'll just round it. Any kind of candle closure back above that region. Continuation. I mean, realistically, it'd be continuation all the way up to 51,300 in my opinion. I'm not really looking at. I'm trying to keep my charts less convoluted. I think it's going to be helpful from my analysis standpoint. When I start playing with 30 horizontal support and resistance levels on one chart, it gets confusing, and I make stupid decisions. So I'm trying to simplify my analysis and look at the basic levels, the most key, critical, important levels that I can identify on these charts. Again, any closure below 31,500, give or take, I'm going to be looking for a little bit more of a pullback to this region, 30,300, 30,400. But it's going to look very, very, very dire if we see that level broken, as the next level to the downside would be the 26,580 region. And then to help a friend out, the next levels to the downside after that, 23,900 followed by 22,650, and then 19,700 and 17,900. Those are all potential targets to the downside. Hindsight trading, I'm not saying that that's definitely going to happen, but those are potentials if we see that last low being taken out from Bitcoin. And that's pretty much it for Bitcoin. I think I'm going to move on to the requests here, and then I'm going to wrap this bitch up because it's a short day. MMAT. I do believe that's Torchlight, right? Yes, it is. So what I'm looking for is a potential higher low. Or no, not a higher low. Yeah, a potential higher low. This is the critical zone here for this asset, in my opinion. If we see this region here taken out, $6, any closure below $6, we will have a lower low being confirmed. And I play a little more aggressive on lower lows before I play low. You know, you can always get a higher low and then a lower high before a lower low, but an immediate lower low, I'm actually going to take interest in seeing a lower low print. However, what I'm looking for now is a potential higher low here. We do see seller exhaustion here on the stochastics. Now, obviously, we have room to go, but if we want to see this 2-point trend line, you know, hold true, actually, that doesn't hold true. It's actually been broken, so it's not even relevant. Yeah, if we want to see any bullish momentum, I want to see continuation. I want to see a buy signal, and I want to see force and momentum to the upside here for Torchlight, MMAT, Meta Materials Incorporated. I guess I should start calling it that because it's not Torchlight anymore, but it's the same fucking stock. It doesn't matter. I'm going to call it Torchlight. For now, we got to bounce off the green 55. That is expected after, you know, this kind of nasty decline. We you know, kind of have to expect a bounce at some point, but does this bounce continue? That is the question. We do see the RSI showing a little bit of weakness here, bouncing off that neutral zone a little bit, but that exponential is so negative. It brings into question, is this going to act as heavy resistance? It possibly could. Possibly could. But it acting as resistance would mean that potentially we see price go back up to, like, you know, $20. That would not be out of the question for this one. Back up to 19.75 if this confirms as a low. Again, I need to see this candle closure go back above $8.30 before I see any kind of low call on the RSI. Any kind of low call will be nice, to be quite honest with you, to see a potential continuation drive. And I would be playing moving averages for your first two levels to the upside, and then this is the only level left to the upside. Obviously operating on what? All-time highs, correct? Yeah, operating on all-time highs. I'm still bullish, to be quite honest with you, on this asset. I have no reason not to be unless we start seeing new lows being printed on this asset. So as far as MMAT, that's where I'm going to leave that one. We'll move on. Peloton Interactive. Continuation. Oh, change of fucking behavior. Oh, boy. Seeing that nice little soft pullback, testing the $124 support level here. I do like that signal. A little concerning that we rejected the bullish control zone here, but the exponential is still mighty positive here, and I'd be looking at any kind of test of that region to hold a support for right now. Change of behavior is confirmed, in my opinion, and a continuation drive could be the next result here. Let's actually see where our next target could be here. Boom, there it is. That's going to be the next target to the upside. Yeah. Yep, that's the next target to the upside, to be quite honest with you. If this region confirms as support, stops and reverses and continues on, takes out this high at the very least at 126.93, I will be looking for continuation all the way up to this resistance right around 138.78. I like it. I like that the stochastics is in the critical zone once again. I do not like that it's curling down. Let's see what the price action says. Higher high on a lower high. So if we break this region here and see continuation to the downside, likely we get a top call on the stochastics, and that would prove to be bearish divergence. And I would be looking for that bearish divergence to play. Is that a death sentence for this asset? No, not at all, not out of the question. But it does show you that the move up here, if confirmed as bearish divergence, was made on a lot less momentum here. Now, obviously, we have a higher high, you know, in the ballpark right now. Let's see where our low is. This is our low. I'm going to mark that off. Here's your low right here. We could essentially see a pullback all the way to this this support level here at 112.85, base a higher low before continuing onwards and upwards. That is a possibility. Again, we do have a new high in the structure, which means there is a change of behavior. Now, a long-term change of behavior, not necessarily. You know, a medium-term change of behavior, yeah, absolutely. I would look for continuation to the upside as a result of this holding support right here. But again, if we do break this support, I'm going to be looking for a bearish divergence call. It wouldn't match up with the RSI, which could be argued. You wouldn't get that bearish divergence call on the RSI because we're actually printing higher highs alongside higher highs printing on price action, but it is what it is, what it is, what it is. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave that one. Let's go ahead and move on. GM, General Motors. Bullish. Higher low. Looking for a higher low potentially. We do see this consolidation between the bullish control zone here and the neutral zone here. That is a tell that the bulls still have momentous control here. It's not monumental control right now. Obviously, it'd be better to see price action take RSI into the bullish control zone, but the fact that we haven't maintained a structure continuation into the bearish control zone, or consolidating in the bullish neutral zone or bearish neutral zone, tells me that the bulls still have control. We do have a potential to set a higher low structure on this asset currently off the green 55. Continuation back above the yellow 21 moving average above 59.80 would be that tell that we're going to get another low call and continuation as a result. Let's see what we got for levels. Boom. Boom. Yeah, that's kind of what I'd be looking at right there. Let's see if we have a condition for the downside. That's a big condition. That's a big condition. Any break below this region, 58.61, it'll be bearish in my opinion. It'll be a little bit bearish. New lows would be printing. New lows would confirm. I think we do have a new low confirmed. Technically, we do, but the structure still holds. It could be a structural higher low. I don't like the stochastics. I don't like the stochastics right now. We already saw stochastics bounce up to test that negative exponential, get rejected, and it looks like it wants to cross to the upside. But again, I need to see price continuation, and I need to see a low call confirmed for me to be convinced of any kind of upside continuation. And we do see a little bit of waning volume here on the downside decline here. So there is there is a side for the bullish perspective to consider, but there's also a side for the bearish perspective. Again, this is technically a new low, new printed low. It's not marked as a low, but this candle closed lower than the actual low here. So a new low has printed. That much is confirmed on this downtrend. So the argument that seeing downtrend continuation would not be out of the question. But for now, I'm going to be looking at 58.65, and I'm going to be looking for a break above 60.30. Any candle closure above that region, I'll look for another retest of the high right around 63.95. Give or take 10 or 15 cents for all those target tests, give or take about 15 cents. And that's pretty much how I'm looking at it. And that'll be it today, guys. Again, a little bit of a shorter stream. It is what it is. Sometimes there's slow days. Sometimes there's really heavy days. Yesterday was a really incredible stream. Had lots of requests, had lots of participation, and it's not a bad thing. It gives me time to study and all that stuff. But for now, that's the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. All the support that we can find right now is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. And until next time, guys, you stay safe. You stay